KSAT 12. The news at noon starts right now.
It's been 9 hours now after a crash on the east side, and traffic is still an issue.
Yeah, that's right. We've been following this since about 3 o'clock this morning, still causing a major mess, shutting down parts of Loop 410 after a driver hit an overhead sign bridge. So let's take a look at the current conditions with our TransGuide traffic cameras, Ursula, and see if we take a look here. And we had multiple lanes there still blocked. Loop 410 south. This is the camera there at East Houston. Basically the stretch from East Houston all the way down to Rigsby Avenue. That has been shut down for the moment, and TxDOT said that this was going to take about 4 hours at 8 o'clock this morning. So we're getting close to hopefully them starting to clear some things out for our drivers on the east side.
And according to San Antonio police, all of this starting when the driver was headed southbound on 410. She attempted to take an exit too quickly and hit a utility sign pole. The driver transported to a local hospital. She does have life-threatening injuries. And take a look at this. It is an 18-wheeler that caught fire this morning. This is the scene near Loop 1604 at Lower Seguin Road just after 6 a.m. today. Images posted to Facebook by Converse police showing that 18-wheeler completely engulfed in flames. And the incident causing traffic issues for several hours. Northbound lanes on Loop 1604 had to be shut down. Schertz, Cibolo, Universal City ISD saying that bus routes had to be delayed today because of the stoppages on the highway. We're still working to learn why this 18-wheeler caught fire and if anyone was hurt.
Yeah, just a lot of activity out there. And this noon, we're getting a first look at the mugshot of a man accused of hiring undocumented immigrants and then not paying them. Jose de Jesus Velasquez and his half-brother were arrested yesterday. They own a trucking transportation company called VSR. The men face charges of continuous human trafficking. Detectives accuse the brothers of targeting Mexican undocumented people to work for them. A handful of victims tell police the men did not pay them and would threaten their immigration status. So the company started back in 2021, but police recently got a tip through the National Trafficking Hotline. Anyone who may have been a victim of these business owners urged to come forward to police despite their immigration status.
Taking a look outside with live cam, we've got a pretty day, a lot of light little clouds. This is how we would want it on Monday if we could choose.
Yeah, if only we could just transplant this weather to Monday. That'd be nice, right, Justin?
If only. It's not going to work out that way. It's just not in the cards. But we hopefully will get some breaks in the clouds on Monday. Maybe we'll still get some good views of the eclipse. But you're right. We've got some of those thin cirrus clouds starting to come through. Let me show you the time lapse, and you can get an idea of the fact that we had clear skies, but here comes some of those clouds, and an indication that we've got a storm system headed in our direction. These are kind of the first signs, if you will, of some activity that'll be headed our way. And it will be a busier weekend in the sense that we'll have more clouds and more to talk about. And then next week looks pretty busy too, with some chances for storms. Our forecast today, we'll be up around 85 this afternoon. We'll call it mostly sunny. Winds will be breezy. Know that we'll get gusts up to 25 miles per hour during the afternoon hours, and that's going to start to usher in more humidity. 76 at 8 o'clock, 72 at 9 p.m., and then down into the 60s tonight. And by tomorrow morning, we're looking at the opportunity for a few light drizzly showers, some patchy fog in spots. And if you're heading out to the Great Texas Air Show, look for those low clouds. It may hamper things a little bit in the morning, but my hope is that ceilings lift a bit by 1 o'clock so we can get some of those awesome flights in, and you can see the show. Overcast and humid at 1 o'clock, 70, and then at 4 o'clock, plenty of clouds, but some breaks and breezy, 76. We're going to talk much more about the weekend forecast, our rain chances next week, and of course, more on the eclipse coming up next half hour, guys.
People looking forward to that. Well, you are now looking at the person who will take over the City of Uvalde's police department. Homer Delgado joined the department about 11 months ago as the assistant chief and has been serving as interim chief. He officially becomes police chief tomorrow. Just 2 weeks ago, Delgado met with Brett Cross, that is the guardian of Uzziah Garcia, that is one of the 19 children killed during the Robb Elementary shooting. They spoke outside, you see that video there, the police department, where Cross was protesting the city's independent investigation of that response by law enforcement. Delgado publicly offered his support of that protest.
Meantime, an update on Know My Neighborhood. Two candidates for Bexar County Commissioner divided over a proposed park on the northwest side. Come late May, Precinct 1 voters will decide between incumbent Rebecca Clay Flores and Amanda Gonzalez as the Democratic candidate for commissioner. The winner would then oversee the next steps for a highly controversial proposed park. Now, KSAT 12 has been following the story since our Know My Neighborhood series in Alamo Ranch and the county's first public feedback meeting on the park. Well, now Bexar County has budgeted nearly $3 million for the potential 50-acre project. As the Democratic primary election runoff gets closer, these candidates have different opinions about the park. Both say community input is key.
This is about community demand and meeting the needs of our constituents.
I would do everything in my power to make sure that we are slowing down the process.
The runoff election is May 28th. The winner will face Republican candidate Lena Prado in November.
All right, people looking for a summer job have a chance to pick up a new gig tomorrow. The City of San Antonio's Parks and Recreation Department will host a summer job fair. It will take place from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Roosevelt Park Clubhouse. That's located at 311 Roosevelt Avenue. The department is looking to fill several roles there. Those who apply for lifeguard positions are eligible to receive an incentive of up to $500, and pool supervisor positions are eligible for an incentive of up to $800. Pay ranges from $18 to $22.20 an hour, depending on the position as well. Those interested in aquatics positions are encouraged to bring a swimsuit, a towel, and 2 approved forms of ID to participate in a swim test. And we have a lot more information about the job fair on KSAT.com. That was actually my first job, Ursula, a lifeguard. I wasn't making money like that.
I feel safer just standing next to you.
There you go. I'd probably need to catch up on some training. You know what? Wemby, all right, we got another Spurs game day taking place tonight. The squad is in the Big Easy for a tough matchup against the New Orleans Pelicans. We'll tell you who's in and out for the Silver and Black.
A school full of children going home with a special gift, a brand new pair of shoes. Why their principal says this donation means so much to the kids. An elementary school is making a happy dance right now. Every student on campus has a brand new pair of shoes.
Yeah, really cool. Look at this video behind me here. Children very excited there at Ball Elementary in the San Antonio ISD got their new kicks this morning, and one of the school's teachers made sure it happened, secured that donation from the nonprofit organization Zapatos. She saw the need and decided to do something about it. So over 388 pairs of shoes were included in this donation. The school's principal says that although all the pair of shoes might seem like a small gift, it can have a big impact on a student's life.
Having a good pair of shoes really helps our students not only get to school. We have a lot of students that walk to our school every day in the morning, after school. Also, it helps them think of one less stress that they need to be worried about, because they know that they're going to be able to run when they go to PE, be able to play when they're in recess, and when they come to school, they don't have to worry about what am I going to wear, is it going to fit? They are going to be able to just come in and focus on their learning.
Zapatos will also leave another load of new shoes for the campus to keep extra pairs on hand in case they have any emergency situations.
Yeah, very cool stuff there. Well, this serves as a free home away from home for families of hospitalized veterans, and now there's a second location here in town.
That's right. Today, a second Fisher House was dedicated. The Fisher House program has been around for more than 30 years. The homes can accommodate 16 to 24 families. They have these common areas like kitchens and living rooms, and they're furnished and decorated. Ultimately, the goal is to give military families one less thing to worry about when their loved one is getting care at a medical facility, a major medical facility or VA medical center.
Community support is so important because they may be coming in and think they're doing something nice, but they're hearing the stories of the families that are staying there. They're giving them something, maybe preparing a meal, trying to ease one of their burdens. But in the end, what you find is that even volunteering for them, you're getting more back.
There are 96 Fisher houses located in the U.S., Germany, and the United Kingdom.
All right, let's take you outside with live cam, and of course, a lot of anticipation. A lot of people will be looking to the sky for the eclipse, but let's not forget, Justin, there's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Air Show, Texas Open, Ciclovia, a lot of things happening.
I mean, a lot. People are going to be out and about this weekend, and I got to let you know that we're going to get some changes in the weather. More clouds tomorrow. We'll get more humidity. Sunday will be very different, so there's some changes ahead. We'll get you set for your weekend coming up. The aquifer going down. This number is not great, honestly, 638.1. We've had some rain this year, but it's not been near enough. As we look at the pollen count, is high. Excuse me, clearly it's high. 6,180, molds are moderate at 700. I'll clear my throat and I'll get back to the forecast coming up.
All right, welcome back. Well, we are getting ready for the eclipse coming up, and if we can get our prompter switched over real quick. Talking about the upcoming eclipse, obviously is going to be a big deal. People from millions of parts of the states, all over the world, they're going to be in Texas. In fact, we found one eclipse enthusiast who's traveling more than 7,000 miles, Ursula, to witness the 4 minutes of darkness.
Yes, he's going to travel 7,000 miles, and the final 50 are going to be horrible because he's joining 100,000 other people.
There'll be a lot of people joining him.
Yeah, Justin Horn talked to the New Zealander who gives us his new perspective on how spectacular this event will be for him.
I found New Zealander Carolyn Tamarcos by chance on the San Antonio Facebook page, Ask a Local. She had posted there about catching a ride from San Antonio to Stonehenge 2 in Ingram for the eclipse.
Which, God bless the Americans, we can't make it to Stonehenge, so we'll just build one here. So it's a 90% scale replica, and as you would know, being a meteorologist, that the eclipse path is 70 miles wide. Right. Well, this thing is bang smack in the middle, so I'm like, that was purpose built for the 2024 eclipse.
Tamarcos is no eclipse rookie. She made the cross-Pacific trip to Missouri in 2017.
The full eclipse is just mind-blowing.
The experience assured that she'd be traveling back for this one.
All the crickets start chirping and all the birds start doing their dusk chirp, and then in the totality, the birds all go to sleep. And then like 2 minutes later, you can hear the birds sort of going, what the heck? Chirp, chirp, what?
It left her wanting more, so Tamarcos began planning for the 2024 eclipse, knowing she'd need to move fast.
I very early got on and booked my flight from Auckland to Houston, which I picked up for 760 New Zealand dollars, which is like 500 American. It was so cheap.
Although the flight back, she says, will not be nearly as cheap. Neither were many of the accommodations.
Originally, I'd planned to stay in Ingram, which when I first discovered this town, I think it has 3 Airbnbs and they're like $50, $60 a night. And I was like, oh, sweet, I'll stay there. Yeah. And then when I went to book one for the night of the eclipse, they were $3,500 a night. So I thought, there was an RV park half an hour down the road, which was like $28 a night for an unpowered site. Mm-hmm. $15,000 a night for an unpowered campsite for the night of the eclipse.
Eventually, she discovered she could camp at Stonehenge 2 for $140 per ticket for 4 people. Which brings us back to that post. She was offering a barter, 2 tickets for a ride. She quickly got a message.
Jordan reached out to me, and he's actually an Englishman, but he's lived in San Antonio for 15 years. And he went, I can give you a ride, not a problem.
Everything fell into place. Tamarcos won't be alone, by the way. Visitors will be coming from across the world to San Antonio to experience the incredible eclipse. Justin Horn, KSAT 12 News.
What a story.
Yeah.
3,500?
Wow. She said.
Oh my gosh, 10,000? Yeah. Okay, don't forget, if you don't want to brave the crowds, because there will be crowds down there, we have you covered from all the angles. We've got team coverage featuring all of our KSAT meteorologists and some of our friends from SA Live. We also have live crews all over the community, and David Sears and I on Monday will be rooftop from noon to 2, and we'll be just kind of the what would we call it? The event organizers?
The masters of ceremonies, maybe?
The logistics.
There we go.
Yes, we're just going to be throwing it out there all over the place while everybody's live streaming.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have been asking about the crowds. And look, we've never been through this. We don't know exactly how many people will show up. My thought is that there are true eclipse chasers that do this. They go after every eclipse. They probably, if they originally came to San Antonio, they may have changed their plans by now because of the chance for clouds. They may be going up to Maine or wherever. But there are a ton of people who booked this many years in advance and are just going to, brave through it here in San Antonio. We hope that the clouds will clear.
So eclipse chaser, that means that they're basically just going to go day of to the best spot they can find.
And
they're not playing.
And they have online forums where they discuss all this and they plan it out. But but there's a lot of the other folks that just plan to come to San Antonio.
To me, even just the idea that some of the flowers are going to close for the night in the middle of the day and then reopen in the afternoon after the eclipse, that's worth the trip.
It is. There's going to be some weird things that go on, and the birds, I've always heard that's eerie. So
the crickets.
The crickets, it'll be interesting. We'll see how it plays out.
And you're supposed to wear red or green.
Yes, I read about that too.
We'll talk some more about that later.
Yeah, there you go.
I read the
Okay, let's take a look outside right now. 78 degrees. Dew point is at 44. Southerly winds at 11 miles per hour. Humidity is on the increase. And as we look at the potential wind gusts today, and this is going to be a major factor in the forecast, know that it will be breezy, if not windy, into the afternoon. We'll get these gusts close to 25 miles per hour in some cases, and it'll be pretty consistent through about dinner time, and then they may fall off a little bit this evening, but not much. So we're in for a breezy stretch here. The problem with that is that, of course, we still have very dry conditions in places like Del Rio and Eagle Pass. This is the Texas A&M Forest Service fire risk today, and it is extreme for places like Del Rio. That's as high as it goes. That means any sort of fire can spread quickly. Outdoor, burning, any of that stuff, welding, you got to be so careful on a day like today. And this even spreads east towards San Antonio at a high risk for Pearsall, Hondo, Bandera. So just know that. Also, for golfers today, those winds picking up. It's going to be a little more challenging this afternoon, I think. I saw Jordan Spieth had a hole-in-one yesterday. May not be that easy today. Temperatures will be in the mid-80s. Tomorrow, clouds, fog, drizzle in the morning for the golfers. Probably a little bit better conditions, honestly. Southeasterly winds 10 to 20, and then they'll have to deal with a north wind on Sunday, so a changing wind with some clearing skies. Forecast. Here's what we're thinking. We're getting some of those high clouds in already. We'll continue to see a few more of those, and then by tomorrow, here comes the fog and drizzle. So that's the change. Humidity increases a lot, and you'll feel it tomorrow morning, and it could be a little bit damp in spots. I think these clouds try to burn off by the afternoon. We'll see a few peaks of sun, but in general, a mostly cloudy day. And then here comes our frontal boundary. We're not going to worry about this too much. It comes through Saturday night and early Sunday morning. You may not even notice it, but it will kick off a shower or two. That's it. And then by Sunday midday, drier air starting to work in, and we'll see lower humidity on Sunday in clearing skies. So a lot of back and forth. The dew point trend. Dry today, humid tomorrow, dry again Sunday, and then very humid again Monday. And this is the problem on Monday, because with that humidity, we may see some clouds. But we might also see some rain out of this, so that there is a positive. Not necessarily on eclipse day. We think that there is a chance for showers and storms, but it comes after the eclipse. So Monday afternoon, and then again Tuesday into Wednesday. And those are both days, at least Wednesday morning and during the day on Tuesday, that we need to watch for some stronger storms as well. Here's the severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. And they've kind of highlighted two areas, Monday late up north, just to our north, and then just to our east on Tuesday. But this could change a little bit. And I think we could see a couple storms here that are on the strong side. So that's something we'll be watching in addition to the eclipse, of course. 77 Saturday, fog and drizzle early, 20% chance of a shower Saturday night, 84 Sunday, 82 on Monday, 30% chance of a storm late. And we're going to talk more about the clouds on eclipse day coming up at 12:30. We'll dig in a little bit deeper. And then those chances of storms Tuesday and Wednesday, where we could see some more spring-like weather, guys.
Thank you, Justin.
All right, coming up next in sports, the Southwest Boys Dragons soccer team is absolutely on fire. We'll tell you about their march to a state title. And the weather, as we've been talking about, has been great for the Valero Texas Open. We're seeing some awesome shots. We're going to take a look at the leaderboard headed into what should be a fun, action-packed weekend on the course. That's coming right up. welcome back. Well, the high school soccer playoffs are getting into the final rounds, and you see behind me the Southwest boys soccer team got a special send-off this week. The band, cheerleaders, and students from all over the high school there in Von Army were there to support the team. The Dragons are headed down to the Valley to play Brownsville Lopez in the Class 5A regional semifinals. They've made it to this round in back-to-back years, and they're extremely grateful for all the support they've received.
It means a lot because they are there for us and they want to support us because they know we can go very far.
It's always in the back of my head knowing that, we have people here supporting us, going through the whole thing with us, so we're not by ourselves. They're always going to be with us through this whole thing, so, we want to win it for them.
The Southwest community especially, it's like a family. Ever since I've gotten here, you've heard everybody say it, and now I've been able to be a witness to it. When we've been down or we've had certain situations, we've seen how there's been people that have come to have our backs, and that's what is great about Southwest is when you need something, there's always somebody there to help you out.
All right, we're hoping for the Dragons to get it done down there. The Southwest Lopez game will start at 4 p.m. today at Brownsville Sports Park. All right, hard to believe, but the regular season is rapidly coming to a close for our San Antonio Spurs. They have just 6 games to go, and 4 of those are against teams currently in the playoff chase. These games, though, will be good tests for the Spurs as they see how they measure up with some of the best in the NBA. They take on New Orleans tonight and are looking to finish strong.
I've said it before, this last part of the season, unfortunately, we're not in a playoff picture, so we have to continue to get better for next season and build better habits. So these last 6 games are super important for our future. So we're really trying to lock in. Individually, same goals as the team, man. Just build good habits going into next year, build some momentum going into the summer. That's our goal, man. Get better right now and then have a great summer, come back and win some games.
All right, the Spurs and Pelicans will play tonight at 7 o'clock. The Pelicans lead the season series 3-0. Now, good news is that Wemby is expected to play tonight. All right, moving on to the TPC. It's been great weather out there in San Antonio for the first couple of rounds of the Valero Texas Open. Action already underway today, but let's recap first round. Let's start with the world number 2, Rory McIlroy right there. 8th hole going for the birdie, and he's going to need a little bit of help there. Ball actually light on this edge of the cup right there. Gave it a little bit of time. See if this thing drops, and after 9 seconds, we are going to see that it in fact did drop here. Man, that was really close thanks to that wind gust there. Rory at 3 under at that point. And here's 2021 Texas Open champion Jordan Spieth, par 3, 16, needed some magic, 4 over par, and he gets it. Look at this. Boom, right to the cup, goes for an ace, a hole-in-one. Spieth shot 1 over 73 there, and he had to grind all day long. But everyone looking up to this guy right here, Akshay Bhutia, who shot a 9 under 63, pretty impressive. That was the low round of the day by 3. Has a 3-shot lead on Justin Lower and Brendan Todd, who both sit at 6 under par. Rory McIlroy is at 5 under par. So things certainly getting close out there at the TPC. And Ursula, apparently David Elder got a front row seat to that hole-in-one. He shared some video on social media.
I was about to say, a hole-in-one, and he got to witness it?
Yes, Elder just is everywhere. Elder's everywhere. Good for him. It looks like a lot of fun out there for those golfers.
Luck follows him.
Yeah.
Thank you. New today at 5, several items that could be in your home right now are being recalled due to possible safety risks for you and your family. We're going to show you which products you need to look out for and break down the potential dangers, plus what to do if you have them. It's today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight. Big question, where is Caleb Harris? That's what a New Braunfels family has been asking since their 21-year-old son disappeared a month ago. The Harris family has held 2 vigils. They had 2 of them just last night. One was in Corpus, one was where he was last seen. The other was in his hometown of New Braunfels, and that is where John Paul Barajas spoke to Caleb's mother.
Family, friends, and strangers filled New Braunfels Landa Park to offer a single prayer. Bring 21-year-old Caleb Harris home.
We're holding up really well. We've had so much prayer and support that's really what is moving us forward. So we're hopeful to see him still.
A Texas A&M Corpus Christi student was last seen March 4th at his off-campus apartment. Caleb's mother, Becky Harris, says waiting for answers over the past month has not been easy.
I have thought about it a lot. I have no idea what happened. I feel strongly that he was taken.
The Harris family says the reason for the two vigils, one here in New Braunfels and the other in Corpus, is to increase their power of prayer. The vigils started at the same time, they started praying at the same time, and they believe through their faith that Caleb will make it back home.
A reminder that God's love will lead him to his son's embrace.
Corpus Christi police say Caleb's roommate saw him in their apartment around 2:20 in the morning the day he disappeared. Caleb had said he was going to order Uber Eats to have for his school lunch later that day. By 3:03, police say Caleb sent a friend a picture of a small bridge over a drainage ditch near his apartment complex. Less than 10 minutes later, his phone was turned off.
Caleb, you fight with everything you have to get home, to get into the light. Everybody knows who you are. Find somebody and get help.
According to authorities, Caleb's phone was the only thing missing from his apartment. Now his parents are offering a $50,000 reward for information that leads to Caleb's safe return.
Get the word out and, spread the love of Caleb and hope to light the way home.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Take a look at live cam right now. 80 degrees, things looking pretty good out there. Got a little bit of clouds in the sky, but really can't complain as far as today's weather, at least not right now.
We can't complain today,
Yes.
but there's going to be a chorus. And I feel for you guys in the weather department.
Well, yeah, there's going to be some complaints on Monday, probably coming from me too, if I'm being honest. Yeah, the cloud cover, we'll see if it works out. There's still some questions here. It's not going to be a complete sock-in of clouds, I don't think. But we're going to dig into that forecast a little bit deeper coming up. Let's go back outside for you. See those thin high clouds that have been working through this afternoon. We're going to see more of those as time wears on. 78 degrees at the airport, 80 in New Braunfels, 80 in Seguin, 75 in Bernie, and 79 right now in Kerrville. We're starting to see those southerly winds pick up that we talked about. It is going to be a breezy day. There are some of those high clouds. You can see them very nicely here in the visible satellite picture coming in from the west. And then we've still got our big storm system taking shape over the East Coast. This has been a big problem. Big snow maker, big rain maker, wind maker. There's still a lot of lake effect snow going on there in parts of New York, and the snow is starting to pile up. And not only are they dealing with that, they are also dealing with an earthquake. You may have heard about this, a 4.8 magnitude earthquake with the epicenter near White House Station, New Jersey, which is not far from New York City. Happened at about 9:23 our time this morning, 10:23 their time. And it did rattle some things. We're not hearing a lot of reports of damage, but it did rattle some things and scare some folks there. It's been a while since they've seen an earthquake like that, guys.
Yeah, absolutely, Justin. Very rare, actually, earthquake. It shook the Northeast in the middle. As you mentioned, the workday in the morning, ABC's Derek Dennis reports that this 7.7 magnitude quake was centered in New Jersey, but also felt hundreds of miles away.
Millions of residents across parts of the Northeast reported feeling an earthquake Friday morning.
You at home, you probably felt it. We just experienced an earthquake here in the tri-state area. We're getting calls into our newsroom from Connecticut, Long Island, New Jersey, and of course New York City. People feeling the shock.
The U.S. Geological Survey confirms a quake was centered about 4 miles northeast of White House Station, New Jersey. WABC's Nina Pineda reporting live from her home.
And I heard this rumbling, so I looked outside because I thought something happened with the boiler, or they're working on the pool, and I see this. Move, Roxy, move. And I see this plant here.
The fire department being dispatched in Long Valley, New Jersey, amid reports of multiple structures with damage.
This felt like a light shaking. I actually felt it coming from the building. My roommate came out saying, "Oh, did you feel the earthquake?" I was like, "Oh yeah, it's just somebody doing laundry upstairs."
I was sleeping in my bed, and the next thing I know, I just woke up and I feel my bed shaking.
I was laying down, and my desk started shaking. I was like, this ain't normal.
New York's Governor Kathy Hochul saying, "My team is assessing impacts and any damage that may have occurred, and we will update the public throughout the day." And numerous airports in the Northeast were under ground stops to check for damage to runways, but normal operations have resumed at all airports except for Newark International in New Jersey. I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News, New York.
Today, President Joe Biden getting his first look at efforts to clear away the remains of that collapsed bridge in Baltimore. It comes as cranes, ships, and diving crews continue to work to reopen one of the nation's main shipping lanes. Officials have established a temporary alternative channel for vessels involved in clearing debris. The Army Corps of Engineers hoping to open a limited access channel for barge container ships and some vessels moving cars and farm equipment by the end of the month. 8 workers were filling potholes on this bridge when it collapsed in the middle of the night on March 26. 2 people were rescued, but the bodies of only those 2 of the 6 who died have been recovered.
CIA Director William Burns and 2 Israeli intelligence chiefs will be in Egypt over the weekend. They will continue negotiations for the release of Israeli hostages held by Hamas. That's according to a source familiar with the talks and an Israeli government official source. For months, Hamas and Israel have been trying to agree on terms for a hostage release in exchange for a ceasefire in Gaza. Hamas also wants Israel to release Palestinian prisoners and for more humanitarian aid to be brought into Gaza. Burns and 2 top Israeli intelligence officials met with mediators in Qatar last month. American officials said progress was made, but called the talks complex and slow.
A relatively new drug to treat ALS is now being pulled from the shelves. Amylyx Pharmaceuticals announcing it is voluntarily withdrawing Relivio from the market. The FDA approved Relivio in September of 2022, but that decision was controversial. At the time, some said there wasn't enough proof that it helped. And now a more recent and larger trial showed no evidence that this drug even works. The company says patients who are currently on Relivio should talk to their doctor. ALS, known as Lou Gehrig's disease, affects about 30,000 people in the U.S.
Another streamer cracking down on password sharing. This is Disney Plus. They will start to curb password sharing in June in some countries and more broadly in September. It's all part of Disney's efforts to boost signups and revenue as the streaming service continues to lose money. CEO Bob Iger pointed to the jump in signups in its rival Netflix streaming accounts, and that has seen since Netflix did that, they have seen a lot of people getting on there since they did that crackdown on password sharing. According to data from Antenna, the subscription media company Netflix added 100,000 new accounts in the 2 days after its crackdown went into effect.
If you're hitting the road on Monday to try to catch a glimpse of the eclipse, keep an eye out for traffic, but also our Texas wildflowers, why there is some concern about our beautiful blooms.
Welcome back. Well, we've been talking about this all week. The Texas highways, they are expected to be packed before, during, and after the solar eclipse. But one thing to keep in mind if you are hitting the roads is protecting our state wildflowers. The colorful flowers will be present along many Texas highways during the total solar eclipse. And to ensure that they look their best and continue to come back year after year, drivers are being asked to not drive over, park on, or trample through those flowers.
You know, we have quite a bit of wildflowers that are out. We want to make sure that those wildflowers are not impacted by people driving on the shoulders or, you know, in the medians where those wildflowers may be.
All right, some very interesting facts about these wildflowers. More than 5,000 species of them and native grasses decorate Texas roadsides. Not only do they beautify our highways, but they're also important pollinator plants, and the monarch butterflies rely on these flowers during their migrations. KSAT has been planting and maintaining the wildflowers on the highway, on the right-of-way, since the mid-1930s.
Yes.
And I know you had a lot of concerns about a lot of these blooms that we're seeing.
Yeah, I'm very curious as to what some of morning glories, I'm told, are going to close up in the middle of the day. Normally they're closed up at night and they open in the morning. And so it'll be interesting to see how nature reacts to the eclipse.
Yeah, well, but if you are parking on the side of the road, don't just drive over the blue bonnets, you know.
Yeah.
Save them.
Don't mess with Texas.
Don't mess with Texas. We said that earlier. 78 degrees the high today, 53 the low this morning. Records are 95 and 34 set back 2022 and 1945, not too long ago. We were very, very warm. It is going to be warm today, but we get a little bit of a cool down tomorrow thanks to some clouds. We've also got chances of storms next week. We'll talk all about it coming up.
Okay, so we're told you need to wear red or green on Monday.
Yes.
Because
Good to
apparently,
go, Ursula.
I know, I just have to keep the same
already
outfit on. And here's the reason why. Apparently your iris adjusts to the light and like this will turn black.
Okay.
No.
And your perception of these colors will change. And I guess the green will turn bright.
Okay. I guess that kind of makes sense, like the wavelengths, but
It's got something to do with the light.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Facebook situation. Remember where you had to guess the color of the dress and people saw two different colors?
Yeah, blue and gold, I think it was.
Well,
at the
I
time.
think something weird happens during
it's all perception.
totality, and your eyes don't adjust to it correctly.
It is going to feel weird when it's like nighttime in the middle of the day. It's just strange. It will be. There's no doubt about it. And as we go outside for you, as we get closer to the event, we're starting to see more clouds, unfortunately. 78 degrees at the airport, 80 degrees in New Braunfels, mid-70s there in Boerne, and a good southeasterly wind at this point. And we'll continue to see that throughout the rest of the afternoon. So as you plan out your evening, if you're going to be out and about, it looks pretty good. It's just that humidity will start to increase, and you'll notice the wind a little bit more. It'll be more breezy, more gusty later this afternoon, and even this evening going into tonight. And then we start to add in some very small rain chances because we could see a little bit of patchy drizzle and fog tomorrow morning. Nothing that would be heavy, nothing that's going to interrupt your plans, but just know, that kind of just damp situation where we have some fog and drizzle around. And that lasts through about mid-morning, and then the clouds will last through about lunchtime, and then we'll see the clouds try to break up a little bit tomorrow afternoon with some sun. And then we'll watch for a front to come in. Now, this front's not going to really do a lot for us. It comes in overnight, brings a couple of showers with it, that's it, and then clears us by Sunday morning. And then by midday Sunday, we're starting to see some drier air work in, and we'll get some clearing Sunday afternoon. That dry air sticks around for just a little while, and then it moves right back out on Monday, and therein lies the problem. Because humid air starts to surge back in Monday morning. And this is the latest computer model, by the way, and it continues to show humidity surging all the way into the hill country by the time we get into the eclipse. Now, here's the thing, and these are the factors that we're looking at. We know for sure there will be high clouds over top of us, okay? So that's going to obscure a little bit, but not necessarily block the eclipse. Sometimes they're thin enough you can see through them. That's fine. But it's these low clouds that we're concerned about that come with that humidity. And the thing about low clouds is they're very tricky to predict. And we know that there will be some Monday morning. The question will be, where do they set up? And then the next question will be, when do they break up? And we do think there's a chance these clouds break up and then we can see the eclipse. But it's just going to be one of those situations where we're going to have to get, within several hours of this to really break it down hour by hour. But that's the latest thinking right now, so not all hope is lost. And I would tell you that even if we do have clouds, it's still a pretty cool situation. This is from 2017 in Nebraska when they had a total solar eclipse, and there were a lot of clouds around, as you can see. But this is middle of the day, and you can see what it looks like. So there's still a cool, it still gets dark, it'll still be pretty cool. You just won't get to see it outright. And we'll continue to update you on the cloud forecast as we're pouring through the models every day. Here's a look at the rain chances. We do think there will be some storms after the eclipse Monday afternoon, again Tuesday, and again Wednesday morning. And I want to make sure that we focus on this too. Yes, the eclipse is very important, but I think this is a time frame where we could see a few strong storms. So please don't forget about that. And I would tell you that even late Monday, we're all going to be out watching the eclipse. Be weather aware. Keep the KSAT weather app with you. And of course, we're going to update you all along. 77 Saturday, 84 Sunday. Temperatures in the low 80s Monday and Tuesday. You see the rain chances there, and we should clear out by the middle and end of next week. We'll be right back.
A popular outdoor event once again taking over several San Antonio streets.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. The 22nd Ciclovia event from the YMCA of Greater San Antonio is taking place this Sunday. Let's check out some video from the past Ciclovias. During the event, people can safely walk, bike, run, and play in certain streets. There will also be exercise classes, youth activities, food, trucks, and much more.
This year's route is going to be on North St. Mary Street from Highway 281 to Brooklyn Avenue. It includes the newly repaved St. Mary's Strip. The route is also going to include a portion of Augusta Street and Lexington Avenue. It'll take place from 10 to 2 on April 7th. It's the one time you can tell your kids to play in the street, but only right here and during those hours. You can take a closer look at the map of the route on our website. From weekend events to the newest burger in town, SA Live's got you covered today.
All right, Jen and Mike, they're standing by at historic Market Square with the tasty details.
Our hungry cuarto de kilo. We have Alvaro Aguilar joining us to talk about. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, first time in the United States.
First time in the United States. Thank you for inviting me.
All right, so this is a Mexican burger as opposed to American. What's the difference?
So we make the patties from scratch, and we put some parsley on the ground beef, mustard, salt, and pepper. It's give like authentic Mexican burger.
Okay, and this is a burger and then some, as the name implies. All right, how about heading over to Urban Air? Boy, they can blow off a little bit of steam there, can't they?
Get them tired, and then they'll be ready to go to sleep, right? Yes,
Why is it bouncing on trampoline makes you so tired? Wears you out?
Yeah, burning calories.
Also, a lot of events coming up this weekend, from cars to planes to eclipse parties. That and a whole lot more coming up on SA Live. Stick around.